8 months of the COVID-19 pandemic have increased Kenya's poverty rate by 4 percentage points, pushing an additional 2 million people into poverty. This is according to the World Bank's latest Kenya Economic Update, which argues that the pandemic has reversed 5 years' worth of gains made in poverty reduction. Julian Samboko with the details.
More people in the labor market will be pushed into unemployment and underemployment in the coming months, given the adverse effects of COVID-19 on the country. The World Bank now projects a contraction of between 1% and 1.5% in 2020, with almost 1 in 3 household businesses not operating.
And we estimate right now that due to the crisis, that number of people has actually increased by something on the order of 1.9 million more people living in extreme poverty, which is equivalent to losing close to 5 years of progress in terms of poverty reduction.
The bank says that the economy has benefited immensely from the weakening of the shilling, which has shed 7.9 percentage points since the start of 2020 to close Wednesday's trade at 109.54 units against the US dollar.
In many ways, it's more of a kind of broad US dollar dynamic than something very, very specific to the shilling. Yes, government or any other entity that has liabilities denominated in dollars, but is paying those liabilities on the basis of revenues and assets that are based in shillings, the cost of that debt goes up.
Despite growing concerns around Kenya's debt position, the World Bank maintains that the country is still within favorable territory, even as it reaches for more debt from multilateral agencies such as the International Monetary Fund.
The latest assessment finds that, that debt trajectory does continue to be sustainable, but largely as a result of the increased, fragilities in the economy due to the crisis, the risks of being deviated from that trajectory and entering into a more difficult situation of what we call debt distress, that risk has become elevated and is now in what we call the high category.
The bank argues that a cash transfer program of 20,000 shillings to poor households requiring a budget of 50 billion shillings could reach 2.5 million poor people, more than offsetting the increase of poverty caused by COVID-19. Julian Samboko, NTV.